Hey everyone, welcome to the MDM Minute. Today we're going to be going over a product called the DNA Alter. She has been around since, I believe, May or June of this year, and it consists of a massive crystal base with the Flower of Life laser engraved in there, and then there are 4 DNA strands on the north, south, east, and west. There's a massive hole in the middle that supports a ruby. These are uncut rubies that I sourced personally from India. And then, of course, the big crystal, which has the Flower of Life, a DNA strand, and the sign for infinity. Now, once the ensemble comes and you unpack it and put it together, the energy that comes off of her is undeniable. It's very, very strong. It puts out a tremendous amount of energy, and the DNA Alter is geared for healing the DNA, the energy of the DNA of the body of a perceived ailment that you might have. And I give examples of how to hold your hands, and you put your body up on a black silhouette, and as you're each in-breath through your mouth, exhaling through your nose, you're getting closer and closer, and then you kind of zoom into the part of the body that is having that perceived ailment, and then you go through the skin, and you become like miniature in this giant world. And then when you see that energy, you put your attention on that crystal, on the ruby, and then you start the process in the instructions. So I've been getting a lot of questions about use case scenarios for this product, especially about mantras that I had mentioned in earlier videos. I'm not sure how many times I mentioned it. And the more I thought about the mantras for this particular product, they didn't quite make sense to me in terms of the power that it's already generating. So I typically, when I create and I do things, I use the power of 3 as much as possible. So in this particular product, when you're activating it, you're I am, I was, and I will be again, which is vastly different than I honor the space in which you exist, because in the perceived reality, so we use 5 senses to navigate reality, but just beyond those 5 senses is a whole multitude of realities, and there are perfect versions of you in those realities. And during the exercise, when you're focusing, what we're actually doing is bringing a perfect version of you that has no perceived ailment in the form by using this particular product. And when you say I am, that's the moment I was, because you've always been perfect, and I will be again, meaning future tense, that we're bringing that balance of that perfect version of you together. So the mantras never really made sense after I made the initial comment. But what you can do is, before you start the initial process with your hands, you can, if you have a little mantra that you say, maybe a little prayer that you say, or something that you repeat in your mind, if you say that 3 times before you start the process will be infinitely stronger. Okay? You can search the internet, and there's tons and tons of health mantras out there. I mean, if you find one that you like, you can go ahead and use it. I typically don't recommend stuff like that, because I want to keep everything simple. But whatever mantra you decide to use, you can use it in the power of 3. Always 3, folks. Very, very powerful. And so using the DNA crystal remotely. I've alluded to this in the past, and I had a beautiful email from a customer that wrote in that said that she was using the DNA Alter on a client, and it was the most spectacular session that the client had ever had, and well, it's a DNA Alter. And it got me thinking. She asked if it can be used remotely, and I thought I had made this clear in earlier videos, so let me set the record straight. Yes, absolutely, you can use the DNA Alter remotely, and it works. You can fashion your own way to do it, but the basics are You put your attention on the perceived ailment in the person you want to work on remotely, and if they're aware of it, you want to just have them calm, lying down while you do the process. You envision them in your head the same way you would yourself. Bring them in the form, and you start shifting the energy of the DNA. It's precise, it's powerful, and if you've had an experience with the DNA altar that you would like to share, please leave a testimonial on the website. I love testimonials. That's the stuff that drives my creative process to get more and more of these beautiful creations out into the world. So again, the mantras, the anything you want 3 times, and the remote part of it, absolutely, folks. Go out there and have fun. Think outside the box. Push yourself. Step outside your comfort zone. Push these products so far beyond what they were originally designed to do, and then come back and tell me about it, and I will share that information with everyone that's willing to listen. Thanks, folks. Have a beautiful day.